How were devils able to reproduce with human women to create giants if angels can't reproduce? So get with me Genesis chapter 19. Genesis chapter 19, verse 1. I'm going to show you a couple passages, and what these passages will show, and I encourage you to look at this on your own and do this study, but in the Scripture, angels are always men. There are no female angels in the Scriptures. I realize that in art, angels are often depicted as female, but there are no female angels in the Scripture. So get Genesis 19 and verse 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom, and Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. So it specifically says they're two angels. Verse 4, but before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compassed, that means surrounded, compassed the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the, notice, men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, so on. Well, those angels, what do they look like? Men. The inhabitants of Sodom perceive them to be men. They must look an awful lot like men. Get with me Judges 13 and verse 8. Judges 13 and verse 8. There's a lot of verses on this subject, but I'm just going to show you a couple of them, and you can study the other ones for yourself. But Judges 13, verse 8, then Manoah entreated the Lord and said, O my Lord, let the man of God, which thou didst send, come again unto us, and teach us what we shall do unto the child that shall be born. And God hearkened to the voice of Manoah. So God listened, he responded. And the angel of God came again unto the woman as she sat in the field. So verse 8, Manoah entreats the Lord and says, let the man of God which thou sentst, let him come again. Verse 9, what does the Lord send? Well, it's an angel of God. So that angel was mistaken for a man of God. Get Revelation 21, verse 17. Revelation 21 and verse 17. Revelation 21, and we'll look at verse 17. And he measured the wall thereof 144 cubits, according to the measure of a man, notice, that is of the angel. So we've seen three different passages. There are others, but the angels are always men. So get with me Matthew 22, verse 30. Matthew 22, verse 30. In Matthew 22, verse 30, the Scofield Bible will make the comment that angels are sexless. Look with me at Matthew 22, verse 30. Matthew 22, 30. For in the resurrection they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are as the angels of God in heaven. And so Scofield's note reasons along the following lines. Angels don't marry. Well, they don't marry because they're sexless. But is that what the other verses are telling you? What's the reason that angels don't marry? Well, one of them is they're all male, right? So that would prevent angels from marrying. So the reason why angels are not able to reproduce and create other angels, one of the reasons is they're all male. And so they don't have the ability to reproduce. Now get with me Genesis 6, verse 14. Or Genesis 6, verse 4, I'm sorry. Genesis chapter 6 and verse 4. Now you're familiar with this passage, but let's just look at it together. So Genesis 6:4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. So just think through with me a couple different combinations. So there is no combination of angels plus angels. That won't produce anything for obvious reasons because there's no female angels. Angels don't marry. But when angels marry human women, what is the result? Giants, right? Not normal human beings, not angels, giants. What it's a little bit like is this. What happens when a male lion and a female tiger, so a male lion and a female tiger, if they have offspring, what is it? It's a liger, right? Male lion plus female tiger is a liger. What is a male tiger plus a female lion? You should be able to guess this. So if a male lion and a female tiger is a liger, what is a male tiger and a female lion? A tigon. That's exactly right, a tigon. So what if you take a male donkey, which is a jack, and a female horse, which is a mare? Male donkey, female horse, what do you get? Mule. That's what a mule is, right? A male horse, which is a stallion, and a female donkey, which is a jenny, what do you get? A hinny. Now, I realize it's a fascinating biology lesson. What's my point? If you have human male and human female, you're going to get a human child, right? If you have a male tiger and a female tiger, you get a baby tiger. We all understand all this. But what happens when you cross two things that are not the same, you're going to get something that is neither of the two things before, right? If you have a lion and a tiger, you're not going to get a lion, you're not going to get a tiger, you're either going to get a liger or a tigon, right? Okay. Get with me Jude 6. Jude chapter 6. So what we saw in Genesis 6 is that when the angels married human women, you didn't get normal humans, you didn't get angels, you got giants. Here's what seems to be going on. Look with me at Jude verse 6. So Jude verse 6. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation. So these angels departed from where they were supposed to be. He hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. Now you can decide this for yourself. I'm going to just throw this out there. When it says that the angels kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, I do not believe that is simply a reference to angels going from heaven to earth, because there are good angels that went from heaven to earth, right? Doesn't Gabriel appear on earth? Well, he wasn't sinful. He wasn't in rebellion when he did that. I believe the reference here to left their own habitation is what the angels do is they change from their normal angelic form into some different form that allows them then to marry the human women and produce the giants. Now, God was obviously displeased with that, and that's why, notice, look at verse 6 again. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness, under the judgment of the great day. So the question, how were devils able to reproduce with human women to create giants if angels can't reproduce? Well, angels can't reproduce in the sense that Angels are not meant to reproduce because angels are all men and God didn't intend for the angels to produce new angels. But what the fallen angels did is they changed their habitation in some way that allowed them then to marry human women and to produce the giants.